Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the backstory. If you're new here, kindly hit that subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified when we post a new video. Now ladies and gentlemen, there are two political stories that happened within the last 1 week that have exposed the Kenya Kwanza administration as an administration which is hell-bent in using the police force to crack down on their political opponents. Remember on Sunday, Raila Odinga had a birthday party and he had people celebrating in different parts of the country. One was being done at the Nairobi CBD, and some of his supporters were dispersed by the police force who lobbied tear gas canisters at them. Then the following day, SIMBA ARATI also had a function in Kisii, and this function was interrupted by government chief whip, who is Osoro, and police officers. But now SIMBA ARATI, who is the Kisii governor, has come out to defend himself and he has sent a chilling message and a chilling warning to William Ruto and Osoro. So before we listen into that video, I'd want to tell you that that video will form the basis of our analysis. We look at why Kenya Kwanza is so determined in frustrating SIMBA ARATI and why Osoro is being used by the Kenya Kwanza administration to frustrate SIMBA ARATI. Let's listen.
Mimi, unajua wakati mwingine sio muoga, nikasimama, lakini askari wangu wakanilazimisha, wakanitoa katika podium. Wakinitoa, kuna kijana ambaye alinipa kiti, akapata damu inatoka, kumbe risasi imepita imerarua sikio. Na risasi hii, kwa sababu alikuwa ameketi nyuma yangu, mimi nauliza serikali ya William Ruto, ni nini nimekufanyia kama SIMBA ARATI? Miezi miwili ijaisha, walituma JSU gari 6 wakakaja waketi katika ofisi yangu wakisema wamekuja kupumzika. Eti baba wanasema tutafuata, tutakwenda kwake nyumbani usiku, Simba ako na bunduki. Mimi sina bunduki, lakini wanataka kuja kuweka bunduki kwangu, na nimewaambia msije usiku tafadhali ndugu zanguni, kwa sababu maafa itakuwa ni nyingi. Mimi naishi kijijini na wananchi. Mimi niko na roho ya juu. Makabungo yuko hapa, najua kwamba alikuwa na roho juu, lakini niko na roho ya juu. Mimi naamini katika wimbo, nipigwe teke sitarudi nyuma, nipigwe risasi nipigwe pingu, nifungwe jera. Ile wizi ambao ulikuwa unafanyika katika kaunti ya Kisii, ndugu zangu na dada zangu, ulikuwa ni wizi mkubwa. Mkiangalia KTRH, hospitali yetu kubwa eneo hii, ilikuwa inakusanya milioni 47 peke yake miezi 3. Nimeingia, nimefukuza yule aliyekuepo. Mwezi wa pili tukaanza kukusanya milioni 180 kwa hospitali ile. Mwezi uliopita tulifika milioni 200. Ile pesa yote ndio unasikia kelele za tenda na kila kitu. Wabunge wako na kazi yao, MCAs wako na kazi yao, women rep ako na kazi yake, senator ako na kazi yake, na gavana ako na kazi yake. Na wewe Mheshimiwa Ruto uko na kazi yako. Wacha niseme kama vice chairman wa chama, Kisii iko hapa, Migori iko hapa, Omabei iko hapa, Kisumu iko hapa, Siaya iko hapa, Busia iko pale, Kakamega iko. Mimi ni kuepo. Tutapambana na nyinyi vilivyo kisiasa. ndugu zangu wabunge ambao mko hivi hivi, wacha bwana, wacha mambo ya tangatanga, wacha tufanye, this region is one region. Ama wapi wote Edi amesema hapa sisi ni orange na itabaki kuwa nini? Orange. Wacha niwaambie ukweli, nifunge macho hivi, nikifungua nipate hakuna mtu nyuma ya baba, mimi nitabaki peke yake nyuma yake. Huyo ndio mimi, na niko na uhakika vile mambo ilivyo. Unajua tulikuwa tunasema kwamba system, wao wanasema wako system. Round hii mtajua kwamba sisi tuko. Nimeweka uungwana kando. Nataka niseme nimeweka uungwana kando. Unajua wakati nimekuwa gavana nimejaribu kuwa mtu mzuri. Lakini naona kwamba hii uzuri itaniua. Nimeamua kuvalia ngozi yangu ya simba na nitafanya kazi kwa mapenzi ya Bwana.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is Kisii Governor Simba Arati talking at a funeral which was attended by Raila Odinga in Rongo. Now, let's first look at why the Kenya Kwanza administration is using the police force to frustrate their opponents. One, Kenya Kwanza administration feels that they are losing ground at a very, very fast speed. So they are trying to silence their opponents who can come out and highlight some of their failures. And in all this, they're using the police force so that they can quell what they feel like an emerging hit from the ground. So by using the police force, they're trying to intimidate the political leaders, and they're also intimidating the populace, which is the common mwananchi. Because by using the police force, they are telling the common man that they don't want them to assemble, and they can use police force to frustrate them. So if we go back to Simba Arati, who is the governor for Kisii, you know, Simba Arati has been a staunch supporter of Raila Odinga. And Simba Arati was an ODM member and was the member of parliament in a constituency in Nairobi. Then he left Nairobi and went and vied for a governorship position in Kisii. So there are people within Kisii, the political leaders within Kisii, who feel like Simba Arati is an outsider. Like he's coming from Nairobi and he's gone all the way to Kisii and has won a seat within Kisii. So some of the political leaders who were beaten, like the former governor, who is now a member of UDA, feel kind of threatened in a way. And they're using the chief whip, who is Osoro, to frustrate Arati so that he may not deliver. Secondly, you have heard in Arati's speech that there was, you know, when it comes to county government, there are a lot of interests. There are a lot of political interests, tender interests, and business interests. Just like you have heard in Simba Arati's speech, Arati has talked of guys who are minting a lot of money from the Kisii Level 5 hospital. He's talked about him currently raising close to 200 million shillings in a year. Previously, they were raising close to around 45 million shillings. That is what he has said. So look at that balance. That is close to over 100 million that some guys were pocketing. And now that is money that they are unable to get in terms of tender, in terms of business. So that is money that they are losing right now. So they feel kind of threatened, and they will do anything possible within their means so as to frustrate Simba Arati. That is the business interest part of it. Then there is the political angle to this fight. The political angle to this fight involves one, Ruto's interest, and two is Osoro's interest. Let's start with Osoro. Osoro is a very ambitious member of parliament. He's looking at 2027, where he would want to launch his governorship political ambition, which means he wants to go for the governorship in 2027. And he sees SIMBA as a stumbling block to his rising to that position. Because currently, SIMBA is delivering for the people of Kisii, is doing a lot of work. If you talk to people on the ground, they tell you that SIMBA is doing a lot of good work on the ground. So Osoro is trying to frustrate SIMBA in a way, so that he becomes kind of unable to deliver. And then, due to the fact that they have been unable to pin down SIMBA to any corrupt dealings within the county, because if they had identified any corrupt dealings that SIMBA has been involved in, then they would have used the EACC to frustrate him. So they're not finding any loophole that they can use to frustrate SIMBA. And that is why they've coined the issue of using police officers so that SIMBA can be seen to not be working for the people of Kisii. Then secondly, there's that war between SIMBA and Osoro that started way back. SIMBA himself would want a situation whereby Osoro does not make it back to parliament. So he could also be sponsoring someone to upstage Osoro from that parliamentary seat come 2027. So Osoro himself feels somehow threatened by the influence of SIMBA on the ground. So he's trying to also protect his territory. Then the third issue is William Ruto's interest. William Ruto going to 2027 would want a situation whereby he gets Kisii as a region. He would want to inherit Kisii region from Raila Odinga. But who is the stumbling block here? Because one, he already has the former governor for Kisii in his basket. But Simba Arati has become a strong supporter of Raila from the time he started being an MP, or from the time he started being a councillor or an MCA, all the way to the time that is now a member of parliament. So if you look at that, SIMBA has developed like a strong political base within Kisii land, and he has strong political support. So William Ruto sees SIMBA as someone that can help him win Kisii. SIMBA has proven to be very stubborn politically to William Ruto and his handlers. They would want a situation whereby they win him over to their party. But SIMBA has sworn allegiance to Baba, just as you have heard from his speech. He said that he's going to stick with Baba throughout. So those are the reasons that are making the Kenya Kwanza administration uncomfortable with SIMBA being the governor of Kisii. Because, you know, the more he works for Kisii County, the more he delivers, the more his influence expands. So if he delivers for Kisii County, and then his influence expands outside of Kisii County, he will capture Nyamira as well, then that his political influence within that region will be a threat to William Ruto's interests for the Kisii region. So ladies and gentlemen, those are our insights for today about the political happenings surrounding SIMBA governor for Kisii and Osoro. But SIMBA Arati in his statement has said that he will still be Raila Odinga's soldier up to the last minute. So ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us today. Until next time, goodbye. But if you are new here, kindly support us. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Kindly support us by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified when we post a new video.